bring in one of the stars of Football Night in America, also the color analyst for Notre Dame football, Tony Dungy. How surprising is that, Tone, that the Cowboys are ratings gold?
Unbelievable. I don't think we've ever done this before, Dan, and it was a little bit of a shock to the system, but I'll tell you one guy who's happy. Your man, Justin Dungy, is the biggest Browns fan in the world. He's got his Baker Mayfield jersey, all his Brown stuff ready to go for next Sunday.
This is Tony's son, who would always be there in the hallways when I would go in on Sunday for Football Night in America. He'd have his gloves on, receivers' gloves on, and he would just play whoever would throw the football to him. My best to Justin. I hope he's doing well. What do you expect tonight with the Rams and the Patriots?
It's going to be interesting because, as you know, Bill Belichick is famous and does a great job of taking away what you do best. For the Rams, that's Aaron Donald rushing the passer, and then offensively, all the quick movement, jet sweep, bootlegs, all of that. I think they're going to try to make Jared Goff stay in the pocket. It's going to be an interesting game, a strategy game. Last time we saw these two teams in the Super Bowl, Bill Belichick definitely got the best of it.
But explain that to me. All those years that you coached against Belichick, you know he's going to try to take away. What did he try to take away from your Colts teams when you faced him?
Well, for us, for a long time, it was the deep passing game. And I joke with Rodney Harrison. We played a game against them in 2004. We ran the same play, inside belly to the right, 12 straight times. Took it all the way down the field and scored. He didn't change defenses. He said, is Peyton Manning going to be patient enough? We had to learn that and be patient and run the ball. Then in the championship game, when we were down, we had to drive to win the game. He played the same coverage. He was not going to let Marvin Harrison beat him. We threw every ball in that drive to the left side. Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark on the left, Brian Fletcher on the left, because he was not going to let Marvin Harrison on the right beat him. And we had to learn that. We had to go in, and Peyton would tell our guys, our Brian Fletchers and Reggie Waynes, you're going to have a big day today because that's the way the game is going to go.
It's interesting, though. Every team knows that Bill's going to do this. And I think he's done a really good job coaching this year because I don't think they're good at all. And Cam is probably more dangerous as a runner than a passer. But if you're Belichick, have you seen enough of Cam that you know what your decision's going to be at the end of the year on, is he going to be your quarterback?
I think it really depends on how this plays out. If they continue to win and make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs, then he says, yeah, I can build around Cam Newton, give me some other weapons that kind of go with this, build an offense like Baltimore, get those defenders back who opted out for COVID. And, yeah, we could do some damage next year because we're not that far away.
Would you want to coach a running quarterback?
I wouldn't mind because I think what it does is when you play other teams, they are off kilter. They're off schedule. They've gotten ready to defend all this passing game. And now when you defend Baltimore and Lamar Jackson, it's a totally different package. And a lot of people can't adjust like that. A few good defensive coaches can, but most people can't. So I think you have a little advantage.
Would you rather have a great drop back passer or a great running quarterback?
I think in this day and age, you want the great passer because those guys are hard to stop. Patrick Mahomes, with the way the rules are, you aren't really going to be able to stop him. You got to hope he has an off day. You know, you can load up on Lamar Jackson and we're going to take away the run. Now he's got to have a great day throwing the ball to beat us. But it is so easy to throw the ball now. I think that's what everybody's looking for.
I want you to be honest, and I know you always are, sometimes to your detriment.
You kill me with that. You're getting ready to load me up on the question.
When you were coaching, were you a faster runner than Peyton Manning?
Not my last couple of years. I think maybe when I was 48 or 49 when I got there. But by the time I was 52, at the end of the day, no, he could beat me.
Are you sure?
I think so. When we ran off the field after the Super Bowl, he beat me to the locker room. So.
We're talking to Tony Dungy, the Hall of Famer, Football Night in America analyst. And now you're working with the Texans on trying to help them find a general manager. Is that right?
No, don't start that rumor, Dan.
Okay.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
Cal McNair called several people and said, would you talk to me about how to select a general manager and a head coach?
Okay.
And I said, sure, I would love to. Well, all of a sudden that becomes you're on a committee to select the next gentleman. I've had 50 million texts from people who want this job, head coach or GM. I am not picking the person. All I'm doing is giving Mr. McNair a formula. And what I told him, Dan, is the same thing you and I have talked about for years. I said, first of all, build your blueprint and tell me what you want. Then I can give you some suggestions. But don't come to me and say who's good. I have 50 people that I'd love to hire, but they're not going to work for me. And it doesn't matter what I think of them. You have to decide what you want.
And Todd, I would tell Coach that just thank you.